Hi everybody, this is Amanda Ellis of amandaellis.co.uk and Facebook page Angelic Celestial Colours. Making this video today at the end of November 2014, really in preparation for the month that we've got coming ahead, which is December and Christmas. There will be another video for December, but this is specifically something that came to me yesterday when I was making up some new batches of the colour sprays that you can see behind me. And as often happens, I was just sort of tuning into the colour and the scent of them all. And I really felt as though Metatron was talking to me about a number of things that were important, and I want to share those. He was really talking about how multifunctional the sprays can be and colours can be as an energy. And just because, for example, in the Metatron system, we link the heart with the colour lime green, we link the sacral chakra with a purple, we can use them in many different ways other than just chakra sprays. Or, for example, this morning I did a session with somebody and we were linking into the lemon joy spray. But again, it can be more than just about times when we need a bit of a lift and happiness in our life. And so I've got thinking about Christmas, and it feels as though there are 4 or 5 energies that are really important for us at this time of year. So what follows, I suppose, is Metatron's maintenance kit, is what he's calling it, which is to help us through the next few weeks as we sort of come towards Christmas. I don't know about you, but I love the build up to Christmas. I'm quite a big Christmas fan, actually. But like everybody, you can get a bit worn out and frazzled as it gets a little bit nearer. And also, aside from that, and aside from the joy hopefully that Christmas brings into our lives, it can also be a really poignant time. And I'm certainly aware of a couple of people that I know personally at the moment who are going through very, very difficult times. One of whom is a friend, for example, whose husband is dying. I know a couple of other people in my circle who are facing the loss of parents at this time. So it can bring up all of that sort of emotion that we have to sort of deal with and get ready for at a time when really, society expects us all to be happy and smiling and having a fantastic time. But if you're not, what do you do? So what follows in this video is just hopefully some help with regard to some of the key themes that can come up as we get close to Christmas, and very much hopefully how I feel the sprays can help us with this. The first one I want to talk about, or the first 2 that I want to talk about, are these 2, the gold and the silver spray. And these are the 2 that I was actually making yesterday, and they smell really lovely. And it's interesting because I launched these sprays about a year ago, and I did, I think, about 18 or 19 all at the same time, effectively, all with different smells and scents and colours. But for example, the silver has been the first new batch that I've made since then. Some of the other colours I've made many batches, but the silver was the first time I'd actually had to renew and do a new stock level with it. And it was just interesting rediscovering the energy of it, because I'd forgotten actually sort of what goes into them. It sounds very silly because I know it's all on the internet, on my website, what is in every single one. But obviously trying to keep in your head the combinations of 21 different sprays is really difficult. So the silver, for example, has got lemon, lemongrass, cypress, and lavender in it, for example, and we'll come back to that one in a minute. But it was the gold that really struck me yesterday. And can you really see how that's really sort of leaping? It feels like it's leaping out of the screen at you because its energy is really intense. And I was thinking it makes a wonderful Christmas spray because there is the story, of course, of the 3 wise men bringing gold, frankincense and myrrh to Jesus's birth. And within this bottle, I hadn't realised, but obviously it's gold, as you can very clearly see. And the 2 main ingredients in it is frankincense and myrrh. There's also a little bit of lavender just to soften it a little bit, and I think that adds another edge to it as well. But effectively it's a bottle which is gold, frankincense and myrrh. And I think what I'd like to do with these 2, those of you that watch my videos, I know a lot of you are saying it's so weird, I can sort of smell the scents when you're spraying them in the air, or I can just tune into the energy of them. So that's what we're going to do with these two. And then there are some other bottles behind me linked into other themes where I actually need to talk a little bit more about them. But for these, it just feels it's about the energy. So without any further ado, I'm going to spray the gold firstly. The gold is linked into our stellar gateway chakra, which is, I suppose, about where I have my hand. It's different on every other, on different people, but it is the place where obviously connection to spirit is, and we can really bring in some very high frequencies of light. So also gold is a colour that's very protective, which is also important around Christmas time, I think, when we are surrounded by more people than often we are other times in life. You know, I go back to the days when I used to work in corporate land, and you know, the dreaded office party, and I don't know, just a lot of things that maybe you different people, different situations that you normally would find yourself in. So gold is protective in that way. Okay, let's just stop talking, Metatron is saying, and I'm going to spray the gold. And maybe you'd just like to imagine your feet on the floor, connected into the element of the earth, but also just allowing your chakras to gently open, but also just letting this vibration of gold come through to you. We're just going to have a moment's peace and silence for that. Tuning into what the gold vibration is about for you, and any words or images that come to mind, any feelings that come to mind. But also gold is about allowing in gifts and blessings into our life. So just allow Metatron to bring that towards you as an energy and as a vibration. And that feels, to me, very soft, very refined. And looking out of my window in front of me, and I can just see there's only a few leaves left on the trees outside, but the ones that are left are a beautiful golden colour, and they're just reflecting the sunlight that's coming onto them. It feels very pure and very simple. So that's the gold. The silver just feels like they go like yin and yang together, gold and silver. The silver is linked into our crown chakra, space just above the top of our head, so closer to our physical body. And I wrote this morning on my Facebook page that if you think about the crown chakra, it's really our link between our physical body and obviously our out-of-body chakras, the highest body, out-of-body chakras as well. So it's sort of a bridge linking spirit and physicality as well. The silver is intended, I don't really, the word protection for me is a little bit outdated. It's about filtering off negative energy and allowing in positive, loving energy into our lives and into our bodies. So, and the silver is also a perfect mirror that really shows you the truth. It's all about truth. So let's spray silver this time. And just allow yourself to imagine. It's as though we're building a rainbow of colours in your aura, and just allow the silver to settle and just find its natural resting place with the gold. And let's just tune into that again. Any words, any feelings, getting a sense of how it feels different from the gold maybe. There is a clearing quality to this, and as I sit here, for example, I can feel it wanting to clear my throat, maybe things that I need to be saying but which I haven't said, things where other people haven't heard me maybe in the way that I need to hear them or they need to hear. So it's just clearing out communication. Just maybe feel into your body in terms of where it is clearing as well. It's a very clarifying energy, the silver. And it's about hearing the truth. I can feel my ears popping. as that energy gets to work, it's about hearing the truth, siphoning out, Metatron is saying, what is not important, people's voices that actually we don't need to be hearing in our life anymore, and really tuning into those that we are in line with and whose vibration matches us, as well as also allowing spirit to speak and to hear that. That's the silver. Okay, getting on to a few themes now for Christmas. Firstly, just pointing out my, this is my new candle holder actually, which is rather beautiful. Somebody gave me that, I'm quite pleased with that. Right, which one are we going to first? We're going to these two. I guess it's quite obvious. Christmas time is a time when we want to be with people that we love. And for many of us, obviously there are people in our lives that are no longer with us, who have died, who have passed over. And so it's a time to remember as well people who we love. And there is, within the Metatron range, there's a Bluebell Bridge energy here, which is for loss and for grief, and very helpful, I feel, for this particular time of year, just to give comfort to you, to know that those that you love are still around you, they do still love you, they are still willing you on. I have a number of friends who are mediums. I'm not a medium myself, but the thing that always strikes me about the work that they do, and maybe if they come through with a message from me, for example, is that there is this sort of misunderstanding that people go to spirit and suddenly become something different from what they were in the physical world. And yes, okay, obviously they have a greater understanding of life and maybe the mistakes they've made in their life, things that they wanted to improve on in the next, etc. But they still maintain really the core integrity that made them them. And so you can get relatives coming through or people you've loved and they've still got that same wicked sense of humour, or whatever was their main characteristic, it's still very much there. And so the Bluebell Bridge is really just about remembering with honesty the people who we love, who are no longer with us, and giving us comfort through these times. People who are faced with losing people this time of year as well, and Christmas and New Year is a time when many people choose to cross over. This is also a spray to help you prepare for that as well. The one that goes with it is the Rainbow Bridge spray, which is for people, so it's the clear one here. This is for people who are quite close to dying, or people who have died quite recently. The Rainbow Bridge is very symbolic. It's sort of the bridge that unites us and them, and I guess is a way of helping us to stay in touch and communicate with them. Going into a deep meditative state maybe with this particular energy, and just allowing your loved one to maybe speak to you again, give you advice on something that you need advice on, or just feeling them close to you. So they very much work together. People have also used the Rainbow Bridge spray to, when, for example, releasing ashes into water, doing anything symbolic, you know, releasing balloons into the sky, anything that is about letting go of that person and wishing their spirit well on the next stage of their journey. The one I want to connect with here, though, is the Bluebell Bridge. So, and of course, bluebells, you don't see them, certainly in the UK at this time of year. We're into winter and not much colour really out there in terms of nature, apart from obviously the leaves that are changing colour. But the bluebells are all about springtime, aren't they? And that new beginning that is always there for each of us, particularly when we're going through one of life's greatest tests, which is loss and grief. So let me just spray this one, and now I want you to imagine that there is a very beautiful bluebell coloured cloak coming down around you into your aura, and let's just allow that energy now to travel across the airwaves and for you to connect into its softness and beauty. Taking that energy into your heart where loss and grief centre, into the lungs as well. Allowing that bluebell energy in just to come and bring peace. Peace into your body, peace into your mind, knowing that your loved one is safe and well on the other side, and that you will be too on the earth as you adjust to life without them. Knowing that love is eternal. Great peace that comes through with that one. Strikes me as quite a nice one to also use when it all gets a bit mad at Christmas, and you can lose the meaning. It can all become a bit commercialized and manic. This sort of seems to just take us back into that still place. Metatron is saying I need to spray the Rainbow Bridge as well. You can see the colour, it's shimmering and opalescent. So you imagine an opalescent rainbow coming through, struggling to be released actually, which is interesting in itself. Persevering with that. Okay. And that Metatron is saying to me is about so many people when they are about to cross over onto the other side. They hang on and they hang on and they hang on because of fear. And in a way, this is what the bottle is showing us. It's really hard to get it out. The sprays very seldom don't spray properly. This one isn't. It's coming out in little dribs and drabs. We've got the energy here. But it's hard to get it out of the bottle. And in the same way, it's hard, Metatron is saying, for the soul to sometimes be released from the physical body. And he is saying, just please trust the process, that life, not only is love eternal, life is eternal as well, and your soul travels on to the next phase of its existence. Also, this one is good for people who are hanging on to their loved ones and not letting them go. And sometimes this can be at a very deep subconscious level. You know, we may know it is in their best interest to pass on, but we hang on and we hang on because we can't imagine life without the person we love, but actually we have to allow them to go. So this is very much just about that. So let's just connect into the energy of it. I'm actually just going to put it like that and just connect into what it says to you. Thinking about anybody in your life who maybe is struggling, is in between life or death, or anybody whose soul has already passed, but you'd just like to be at peace at this time, and just send that message of peace to them. It's like there's a whole line of ancestors coming in for people watching this video, and I can feel it for myself as well. And I have it right at my heart, and it's just like this beautiful eternal tie, and it's a positive tie to our ancestors, to those that have gone before us, to those that we have loved, and just knowing that we will see them again on the other side when it is our time to pass. Okay. Another two energies that I want to connect into for Christmas time, getting ready for Christmas, our maintenance kit, Metatron is calling it. We have the peace spray itself, and a lot of what we've done is about peace, but this is actually the spray that is linked into peace. It's called Divine Peace. Might end on that one. This one feels really important as well though. Can you see that? It's actually the bottle of renewal and recovery. It's emerald green. And this one is actually when we are being a bit excessive at Christmas. We're eating too much, we're drinking too much, we're staying up too late, we're burning the candles at both ends, hopefully having a great time. But actually our physical bodies can take a real battering. And so the emerald green energy is a very earthy energy, it's very grounding, but it feels as though it's going to be very sustaining for our physical bodies. Also, it's a really good one if you're feeling a bit groggy in the morning. It wakes you up because it's got a really punchy smell to it as well. So this feels like one that's really good for the physical body, and just getting you through and reviving you, whether you've done anything to excess, or whether you're just feeling tired and needing a bit of an energy push. So let me put this one around. Emerald green. Imagining now an emerald green band going around you. And this time I want you to take it all the way down, linking into your base chakra as well. It's as though you've got a great big long emerald coat on, going right the way down actually to the floor, and also feeling it going into the earth as well. This is literally like you're standing in a beautiful forest, and all you can hear is the sound of the forest. All you can smell is the scent of pine. All you can sense is just the presence of these ancient trees, the clarity of the air. And you're just there taking a deep breath in and then letting go. Just allowing that emerald green energy to come in and really revive your body. Which it does, it really wakes you up, that one. Lovely. There's one more spray I'm just going to pull in. I haven't actually got it here, but let me just grab it. We spend a lot of time thinking about what gifts we're going to give to other people. I take great pleasure actually from giving gifts. I really love giving gifts. I'm much better at that actually than receiving, which is maybe something to work on, because actually we all need to be able to give and receive. But I love giving gifts. But I was thinking, okay, what's the energy that's really nice for us to receive then? What would be the one that would be nice for all of us this Christmas time? And it just has to be this one. It has to be the rose pink energy, which is related to our inner child. And it's obviously a very pale pink, which is related to the colour of love as well. You know, we all want to feel loved and nurtured at all times of the year, really. But at Christmas time, even more so. Everyone needs to know that they're loved, basically. And it's really important that our inner child feels loved as well. I still have fairly young children. I've got one that still believes in Father Christmas, who is 8 going on 9. And it is such a joy just to see the excitement around her as she sort of gets ready for Christmas. And we're still, you know, 5-6 weeks away. But just this beautiful sense of excitement and innocence and wonder, the feeling of wonder. And I'm privileged enough to be able to physically see that in my own home. But for those of you that don't have children, or your children have left home, or you've never had kids, it's actually just remembering the wonder of children at this time of year, and remembering that you have that little child within you. You might be a 60-year-old man, you might be a 70-year-old woman, it doesn't matter. You still have that child within you. There is still that little boy or that little girl that got up with a sense of expectation as Christmas approached. And maybe you didn't have a great experience at Christmas when you were a child. Maybe you did, I've no idea. But the point is that now Metatron is saying you can do something to nurture your own inner child and let him or her know that actually they are really loved. And the beauty of that is that you can do it yourself. You can do it as your adult self, giving your inner child a gift of love. So I'm going to spray this one. I say pale pink. It's called Rose and it's got rose in it. So it's the one spray in my range that has got rose in it. And it's everyone who's smelt it loves it because it is just very gentle. So, but powerful in the same way, because it's obviously rose is quite a strong smell as well. So maybe you'd just like to for the final time, just connect into this rose energy. And I'd like you to imagine there is literally a gate or a doorway in your heart. I'm seeing a door in your heart, and it's a bit like an advent calendar door, but I just would like us to imagine that we are opening it together. And what we're doing by that is we're allowing you to see a glimpse of your inner child as he or she gets ready for Christmas. So on a count of 3, we open the door. 1, 2, 3. And the door opens and your inner child just reveals herself, whatever age he or she is at the moment. However they are presenting themselves to you, I'd just like you to give them the gift of a single beautiful pink rose. and then for them just to feel this energy as it comes towards them. And this is the energy of love. So just allow your body and your inner child to feel this vibration of love, pure, unconditional love for you. And Metatron says there is no greater gift that you can give than to let somebody know that you love them, to receive love and to give love. That really is, when life condenses down, that's what it's about. It's about giving and receiving love. And just allow your inner child to feel that. And just feel as he or she warms to that. And I feel like there's an unfurling going on. So some of your children are sort of curled up in a little ball, fetal position, and they're just being allowed to just unfurl, relax, and very able to receive this beautiful gift of the rose. With that, I said it was the final energy, but actually there's one more, which is the peace spray. It feels really fitting to end with the peace energy. Peace and love, they are the two main energies that we all seek in life. To be at peace with ourselves, to be at peace with the world, and to love and to be loved. These two just feel very special to me as we end, the blue and the pink. And we have the masculine energy and the feminine energy coming through there as well. We are all a combination of both male and female energy. So just getting in touch with that and integrating that into our bodies as well. Metatron's sort of laughing at me because he's saying there's people going to be watching this video thinking you've forgotten the most important colour, Amanda, which obviously is red, because you can't get away from red at Christmas, can you? I haven't really forgotten it, because at the end of the day, the emerald green is the complementary colour to red. But actually, let's just pull out the red anyway. And I don't know what the message is with this. It feels like it's going to be a message. So I'm just actually going to tune into this for you. You can actually imagine red around you. But I also would just like to channel something that feels needs to be said at this point. Smiling. I'm smiling because Metatron is a very direct, a very direct energy, and it's all about, you know, action and moving forward and working, and but there is love there as well. But actually, he's sort of wishing us happy Christmas, which is making me smile. But he's also saying, sorry, let me get serious for a minute. He's just made me laugh there. He's saying well done to every single person watching this video, because every single person watching this video is connected into his energy. And he's saying there has been enormous progress this year with every single one of you. Yes, for some of you there is still work to be done going into next year and into 2015, but we're coming into a period which is about letting your hair down a bit, enjoying life, because life is here to be enjoyed. But he's also saying, you know, that the sprays that we've been talking about today, it's just about also preparing and getting ready for the weeks that are ahead. Hope you found that. I feel like I'm really sort of grinning because that just felt like a really nice point to leave it on. I will be doing another video for December, so that it will be probably a more a serious content maybe. I don't know, I've no idea. We're not into December yet, so we'll see what happens. But for now, wish you lots of love. Anyone that has been attracted to any of the particular sprays that I've talked about, they're all for sale on my website, which is amandaellis.co.uk. £14.99 each plus postage. I'm also doing 3 fairs around the Bournemouth area for people that are in the UK near to where I live, and they're on my Facebook page in the next few weeks. So it's busy time coming up, and I think that's all I need to say for now. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Bye.